Big George. Came to his coaching session last time, and it was a really great experience. Helped me out as an entrepreneur, to help further my business and even my personal life. And some things I learned in his last coaching session were the charismatic closing, which he mentioned the 3 C's of closing, which were concern, common experience, and credibility. So those are some things that are really helping me out in my life right now. So appreciate you, George. Definitely come check his coaching sessions out. They're great.
What up, world? It's your boy, George Anthony, aka Big G Anthony. Listen, I want to welcome you guys to the next episode of Master in Action Mindset. Hey, this week we have an expert here that's going to be dropping knowledge when it comes to financial literacy. You know, this is something that I wish as a kid that I was taught coming up, but most of us, we really don't know anything about financial literacy. We don't know how to make our money work for us. But this week, we have somebody who's going to open that door, and hopefully you'll pick up a little bit of knowledge, and you can walk through it. I'm going to introduce you to my friend, Brandon Murray, from Merrill Lynch. From Merrill Lynch. He's going to introduce himself. He's going to tell you about himself, and we're going to get into it back and forth when it comes to financial literacy. So, Brandon, why don't you introduce yourself to the people?
Sweet, thank you again, George, for having me. Hi, everybody. I'm Brandon Murray with Merrill Lynch. I'll give you a little bit of background on myself. I was born and raised in Nassau, Bahamas. Moved here when I was 14. Sports background. Was lucky and fortunate enough to be decent and get a college scholarship to the College of Charleston, where I studied finance. And like most of us former athletes, you get hurt a few times, things happen, didn't go pro. So I decided to go the alternative route, went to grad school and got my master's degree in finance. And I've been working in the industry since 2014, 2015. Why I was interested originally was my mom actually was the cornerstone for my life. She was a trust manager for Citibank, and she kind of instilled the mindset of perpetual growth, the mindset of always trying to be your best and competing, not necessarily only on a baseball field, but in life.
Yeah.
And a little bit of a sad story, my grandmother actually developed cancer, and the only 2 of her 6 kids that were able to help were my mom and one of my uncles. Leading into that, I wanted to know why they were able to help when no one else would, or no one else could necessarily. And then that led me to my path of just going through and learning about money, learning about how it works, learning about investments, learning how to make my money work for myself, and that's how I ended up where I am today. I'm still learning, I'm still growing, I'm still young, and I have that mindset of if I can be better tomorrow, I can be better for somebody else and help somebody. And George and I have developed a great relationship. He invited me to come and talk to you guys today, so thank you very much for the opportunity.
I appreciate that, man. Thank you very much. And this is something that we've had this conversation before that I think we both agree that this is something that we need. This is something that we really have not been taught on how to invest our money, when to start planning, how to sit back and grow, whether savings accounts is where our money should be. Let's just start off by, all right, what is something that when it comes to the average individual that doesn't make that much money, something that they can start doing, investing in college funds or something that's going to have some sort of future benefit for them later on down the road?
Well, I would say start now. George and I have had this conversation before. The best day to plant a tree was 10 years ago, but we can't go backwards. We can start today. And for people that feel like they don't make enough money, I would tell you that whatever you make, regardless if it's 5 cents or if it's $5 million, there's always a way to budget and there's always a way to plan. And pay yourself first. There's always going to be someone taking out of your pocket. There's always going to be bills that need to be paid. There's always going to be someone asking for something, and regardless of whether you're a millionaire or whether you make $20,000 a year, there's people depending on you. So pay yourself first. Every paycheck that I get personally, before I even pay any bills, I put part of it away. I have a daughter, I have a son on the way, and I have a wife that's dependent on me, and that's my mindset. I want 10 years from now to be 10 steps further than I am today. So my personal opinion on that is step 1, pay yourself first. part of every paycheck, whether it's $10, whether it's $200, put into an account that you never see, that you never touch, and that it's an emergency and you don't have access to every day, that you don't look at every day. Because when you get in that mindset of paying yourself first, you'll look back a year, 2 years from now and be like, wow, I didn't realize that I could have $5,000 when I was living paycheck to paycheck, or I didn't realize that I could have $20,000 when I was living paycheck to paycheck. And those numbers start become more real when you start doing action. So pay yourself first.
Comes to a lay person when they're paying yourself first. Can you just go a little bit more in depth about what that means?
Okay, I would use the analogy of, do you insure your car?
Yes.
You insure your house?
Absolutely.
Those are things that are important to you. Those are necessary to get where you're going, necessary to live. But in order to sustain your car, your house, your lifestyle, your family, money needs to be in the bank. And once the money runs out, where does it come from? We all know, and our parents did. Money doesn't grow on trees. If you were growing up where I was growing, they don't grow on coconut trees in the Bahamas. But when you pay yourself first, whether that's $50, $20, $100, $200, $1,000, $5,000, whatever your number is, and each one of us is going to be different, you get used to it over time. Those first few months, those first few weeks are going to be uncomfortable. And I use the analogy of a 401k or a retirement account at work. That gets taken out of your bank account before you even see it, for most people, or for a lot of people. So you adjust your life to not even use it or not even know you have it.
Exactly.
Why not do that on your own, whether that's not putting it in a retirement, but just putting it into a savings account, whether it's $20 here, whether it's $30 here, it adds up.
Yeah.
And when we all know that have kids, and I do, and she's only 14 months old, and she's a handful, don't get me wrong. But there's always something. They're always going to the doctor. They're always going to have to pay for school. You're always going to have things that come up, whether it's activities, it's daycare, whether it's sending them to soccer or baseball. Things always happen. But if you get in the mindset of paying yourself first, when those things happen, you'll have something available to help.
Yes, yeah. I know that when it comes to, my profession, when I believe I told you this offline before, that what I started doing a long time ago is that when I got raises, I was already accustomed to living at a certain level, paying my bills, so already saving, putting money away. But when I got that raise, that's money that's I'm not even accounting for right now because it's not there. So I just took that, put it into my savings account, whatever that amount was, just put it into my savings account and continue to live and budget on what I currently was on. And that's how I initially started to grow my savings. But when I started reading Robert Kiyosaki and a lot of these other gurus out here, that whole premise of make sure you pay yourself first before you pay anybody, that's when it really started to resonate. And I think that's what a lot of us out there, we really have to understand that our bills are going to come. They're going to come regardless. But we have to make sure that we're taking care of ourselves first. We put something behind. With that being said, that money that you're saving, you look at, would you prefer a savings account or some sort of, what vehicle would you use for them to invest that money they're putting back?
Okay, well, I'll say this, I'll take a step back. So I think with any kind of savings plan, any kind of action that you're going to take, discipline is going to be the most important thing. Societally and economically, I don't think we're taught much of all about saving money. I think when you watch TV, which I don't agree with watching TV all day for everybody, I think maybe an hour or two a day should be as much, but I think reading books is a lot more helpful for me personally. You're always seeing someone market to you, buy this phone, buy this car, buy this TV, but no one's telling you the ramifications of that $1,000, that an iPhone, I have one, and I didn't buy one for a while. An iPhone is $1,000, it's just for round numbers. That $1,000, if you saved it and put it into a vehicle invested at 5% over the course that compounds, it's going to turn into so much more money. But when you see that $1,000, it's instant gratification. So I want this, therefore I spend this. No one's teaching you that. Well, if you save that $1,000 for 2 years, you might be able to buy 3 iPhones or 5 iPhones or something else that's more important to your life. So I think discipline is the most important part of that thing too. And when it comes to savings versus investing, and George knows that, we've sat down before, I work with people as little as 50 to 100,000 to as high as $500 million in our company and as my team. some of those people are very disciplined and some aren't. I think for everybody, I think your first goal should be to save up 3 to 6 months of expenses as an emergency fund before you even start talking about investment vehicles. Because your car is going to break down. You're going to get a flat tire. Something's going to break in your home. That's just the reality of lifestyle. If you have 6 months of expenses saved up, then you don't have to touch into other things.
True.
Then you can just go say, okay, this is what this is for. Or you lose your job for 2-3 months, which is a reality of the world we live in. Not every job is as stable as some. You lose your job and you have 6 months worth of savings, you have that cushion of time, as opposed to losing your job and having 2 weeks worth of money available, and now you're scrambling, and now you panic, and now you make bad decisions.
Okay.
After that, I think you should look at doing retirement accounts first, because at some point in time, you're not going to be able to work. At some point in time, you're going to want to sit back. You're not going to have the energy. You're not going to have the time. If you have a pool of money that's paying for itself, paying for you to live, then you can adjust to that, and then you can retire. Whereas I know personally, I have family members that are 70 years old that still work, and I don't want that for my life. I want to be able to have the option of when I'm 60 saying, listen, I've done all my work. If I want to keep working, I will. But if I don't want to keep working, then my money's taking care of itself.
Exactly. With that being said, what we're going to do, take our first commercial break. We'll be right back. What up, world? It's your boy, George Anthony, aka Big G Anthony. Listen, I am so excited. Today is the launch of my book, The Bulletproof Mindset, Strategies for Developing a Resilient Mind. That's right, I'm an author, dog. Listen, you guys want to know the 4-step process, how I changed my rap to change my situation? Pre-order my book today. Go to bulletproof.bigganthony.com, bulletproof.bigganthony.com, and listen, don't forget to follow me on Instagram at Big G Anthony the Third. That's Big G Anthony the Third, and on Facebook at Big G Anthony. You have to change your mindset to change your situation. And guys, remember, Massive Action Mindset is on UGT TV Network 5 every Wednesday at 7 p.m. You guys come out and watch me so you can change your situation. Until then, peace. What up, world? It's your boy, Big G Anthony, and I want to take this opportunity to show you how I can assist you in taking massive action with your goals, dreams, and aspirations. As a pilot, we have a flight plan that we must follow. What this gives us the opportunity to do is plan out our destination, our fuel, what altitude we're going to fly. How this applies to your life is that you're setting your goals and the point to where you want to get to. The flight plan allows you for initial investment of $49.99 to have a 30-minute consultation with me, a personal affirmation worksheet, and an introduction coaching video. The next step is the takeoff. Once you have your goals, dreams, and aspirations set, you know where you're going, you have to take massive action to get yourself off the runway. A plane cannot just go half throttle and gain altitude. You have to push that throttle fully forward. This gives you an initial investment of $249.99, which gives you a 30-minute consultation with me, a personal affirmation worksheet, 4 coaching videos, and a massive action mindset 90-day planner so you can set your goals down on paper and hold yourself accountable. Finally, we have the aerial. As a pilot, once I get to the altitude, I have to make micro adjustments to make sure that I stay on course. I have to adjust for the wind. I have to monitor my fuel. I have to monitor the temperatures of my engine. And how you apply that in life when it comes to your goals and the directions that you're going to have those obstacles that come up that may knock you
off path, but you have to make those micro adjustments so you make sure you stay on your destination. This is an initial investment of $499.99. What you get is an hour personal consultation with me, personal affirmation worksheet, 8 coaching videos, and again, your massive action mindset 90-day planner. But wait, those that are watching my show tonight, I'm giving you a special offer. You will be able to get the takeoff, which originally is $249.99 for a $199 investment. Again, let me remind you what you get: a 30-minute personal consultation, 4 coaching videos, personal affirmation worksheet, and a massive action mindset 90-day planner. But I'm also going to give you something else. Those that go to my website tonight and purchase that $199 takeoff will get your free daily affirmation calendar. I look forward to seeing you guys on the other side. Continue to watch my show every Wednesday night at 7 p.m. and follow me on Facebook at BigganthonyIII and on Instagram at BigganthonyIII. Remember, you got to change your mindset to change your situation. I see you on the other side.
All right, everybody, welcome back to Massive Action Mindset. Again, we're talking about financial literacy. You guys drop some comments in the bottom. Let me know what type of vehicles that you're using, or if you're not using anything at all. And remember, always like and share so you know that we'll be here every Wednesday at 7 p.m. So let's get right back into it. All right, so when it comes to let's just pick your brain financially, where we're going at right now. When you look at the stock market, it looks like it's been kind of volatile, up and down. Those that are interested in investing, let me take it back. What do you think will be the first thing besides paying yourself first and saving? What will be the next step, the next evolution of that, of growing, becoming a little bit more financially knowledgeable about how you're going to maneuver your money and where to go?
Well, I think a goal of all of ours should be financial freedom in some sense.
Exactly.
The only way to do that is to accumulate a certain amount of wealth. As opposed to moving from savings to now investing, I would encourage everybody to understand what inflation is, what interest is. If your money is sitting in a savings account generating 0.0001, whatever it is, or if you have a high yield savings account, which some people do, where you get 2% per year, maybe something along those lines. The rate of inflation today is around 2%. So if you're sitting in zero and inflation is 2% per year, you're actually losing purchasing power over the course of a year. So your dollar continues to go less far. So after you've saved enough money, which I think is the first step, I don't even work with people until they've saved a decent amount of money or they have a certain amount of wealth. The next step is to find something that you're comfortable investing in. And people have this fear of the stock market, which I completely understand, but I would venture to tell you the only ways to get yourself out of that hole or to find some type of financial freedom is to invest in some way, shape, or form, whether that be in the markets, whether that's in real estate. There's so many different avenues out there, and there's different levels of risk, there's different levels of safety. People generally buy stocks for appreciation potential. So I buy this company at $10, 10 years from now that company is worth $200. Each share that I've bought is now worth $200, 200% more than it was before. Or 20% more than it was before, sorry, I went one number too far. Whereas bonds will give you a certain amount of income per year. I think those are avenues where if you're comfortable, you should explore. I invest for myself, and I think at my age, I'm under 30, a little bit under 30. I think at my age, I have a lot of time to grow. Even if you're not at that point in time, say you're 45, say you're 50, we're living longer. I think the average human in America, the average person in America nowadays lives until 85. So even George will tell you our financial projections, we project until 90 years old.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people have a lot of time that they don't realize. So with time comes a little bit of safety. when you have 10 months to make a certain money, you'll have to take a lot of risk.
Yeah.
Because you only have a short window to make it happen. If you have 40 years, 50 years worth of time to invest your money, I'm not generally concerned about what's going on in the market today or tomorrow because I have time to recoup. If the market goes down 10%, I'm willing to risk 10% because I know I have 40 years of time to keep going back. And the market does this. It's a roller coaster ride, so to speak, but generally it still stays at an upward trajectory. I'll do it this way for the people watching. I'm so sorry. As an advisor, I'm impartial. I don't necessarily pick which companies all the time. Like, I'm not going to buy Apple because Apple's awesome. I do think Apple and Amazon are awesome. I'm not necessarily just going to buy them for that reason. We're going to do evaluation. We're going to take how much risk that this person's willing to take with their money, and then we're going to find companies and we're going to find funds that are appropriate for that person. So I think Amazon is never going anywhere, or they're not going anywhere anytime soon. So you can look at a company in that sense and say, hey, they've generated this much money. They're growing their income every year. That's how you build appreciation. That company is going to grow in value because they're making more money and more money. Whereas you have some companies like a Nokia. 10 years ago, Nokia might have been the biggest phone builder in the country, but no one buys Nokia today. Exactly. So you have to look at different things like that. And I think I looked at Nokia last week and it was under $5, whereas 10 years ago it might have been at $30 or $40. So there's always that balance, but when you speak with someone that's impartial like myself or any financial advisor from wherever you guys, I know people are probably in different states, people are probably in different countries that are watching, I would sit down with someone because what you don't know, you don't know.
Yes.
You know, and what you don't know sometimes could come back to hurt you. And having someone that you trust and having someone that you believe in and that's an advocate for you go to bat with your finances, because when you work so hard for something, you tend to hold it close to the chest.
Exactly.
But when you're holding something so close, your vision becomes short-sighted. You only see so far. Whereas you have someone sitting across the table that knows you, trusts you, and that you can openly have conversations with. They can guide you and say, hey, listen, this is what I think is best for you. And sometimes even having someone tell you, hey, listen, you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing. Part of our job is to hold people accountable.
Yeah, there's this old saying that goes, if you can't see the picture if you're in the frame.
Exactly.
So that's where you have that other impartial person that's able to sit back and give you, hey, this is the bird's eye view. This is probably getting a little bit too in depth. Someone's just starting out, what would you suggest? Would it be more long-term projecting when it comes to their type of investment, something more short-term, a little bit of both? How would you go about, all right, you're starting off, what do you want, how fast you want to get it? You ask those type of how fast you want to get it, and we talk about your risk level. What is your risk level when it comes to getting you to the point to where you want to get to? So, how would you explain that to the viewers when if they sit down with you, how you would walk them through this financial investment?
Okay, I would say we don't start any conversation with investments.
Okay.
I think that comes along a lot later in the picture. I think every conversation should start around what your goals are and where you want to go.
Okay.
What's the saying? You can throw darts in the dark all day and you'll never hit your target. But if I have a target to look at, then I can say, okay, I might throw these darts and not necessarily hit the bullseye, but I'll get close. And that's all we want to do is get closer to our goals.
Yeah.
So starting off with the investment conversation, I think is working backwards. I think everyone should have short-term goals and long-term goals, whether it's, okay, by the end of 3 months until the end of 2019, by the end of 2019, I want to do this, I want to have this much money. Okay, well, this is where you are. And here might not be reasonable, or it might be, just depending on what you're doing and where you're at.
Okay.
So having that short-term goals, and then there's those long-term goals. This is 20 years from now where I want to go. Now you have a lot more wiggle room in time. So there should be buckets, in my opinion. I think you should have things in each step, whether it's short to intermediate to long-term. And I think action is the most important thing for anybody. We get caught up in this mindset of inaction. It's too difficult. I don't understand. And that's fine, but I would challenge you to say, back to the analogy, the best day to plant a tree was 10 years ago. It's not going to plant itself. You're not going to get to the top of the staircase by not taking step one.
Exactly.
You know, and step one, whatever that is for you, whether that's to get myself out of debt, whether that is to send my kid to private school, whether that is to buy a new TV. It doesn't matter what your step one is. You're not going to get there by doing the same things you're doing today. I'm not going to get to my goals by idle hands or not doing, you know, the devil's playground.
Yeah.
For people that are biblical, idle hands are the devil's playground. If you're leaving your decision making up to whims, human nature is always going to be to do the easiest thing. And the easiest thing might just be to sit on your couch. The easiest thing might just be to go to the movies every week. The easiest thing might just be to buy that one cup of coffee every day. But if you have a goal in mind, if you have a picture where you want to go, it becomes a lot easier to say, no, I'm not going to do this, I'm going to do this.
Yeah. And that's what this is all about. That's why, you know, I'm so passionate about massive action mindset, because what it does, you know, I'm bringing in thought leaders and individuals that can take the information that they have, impart it upon the people that are viewing, and say, hey, you know what? If you want something, you have to go out and get something, you know? And, you know, just sitting around and waiting for it and thinking that it's going to happen and hoping it's going to happen, you know, you're going to continue to be there 10 or 15 years from now, you know? Just go out and get it done. When it comes to investing, if you don't know anything about it, that's what we have Google for. Google it. You know, we're not in the place, you know, I was born in 1973, you know, we're not in a place where, you know, everybody used to go to a library and check out of a book, and all the information was here in this place, and all the more affluent people, they're the ones who monopolized and had all the information. We have the internet. We have a way to go and get it. And if you don't understand something, that's where you have people such as yourself that you can reach out to and say, hey, you know what? I need to sit down with you. This is where I want to go. Do you have any information that you can take me down this way? So I definitely agree with this. I love the information that you are giving everyone. And, you know, I just think this is something that we totally need to have to continuously grow and get out that bubble of complacency and start doing something that we can leave, not only for ourselves, and build something for our kids, our great grandkids, because it's all about generational wealth, passing down something, you know.
Yeah.
I want to be remembered. I just don't want them to say, hey, you know what, that was, you know, Big G or whatever. I want my grandkids to say, hey, you know what, Granddaddy George left us something. You know, he started us off a bit higher than where he started from, and that's, in my opinion, that's when it comes to your kids, that's what you should be trying to pass down. Starting them off in a bit better place than you started from, so that you grow generationally. And that all comes from how money works, you know?
Well, I think it's a legacy.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I firmly believe that every one of us was brought here for a reason. I'm a very positive person. George will tell you that. I don't look at the world in a pessimistic light. I think people are generally good, and I think people generally want better for themselves, want better for their kids, want their kids to be better. But I think that as humans, we tend to do the easiest thing all the time. Listen, I'm a regular guy. You know, I have a daughter that I hang out with and play and dance with in my living room. I have a wife that I take out on dates, you know, and she's more strict with money than I am, and I'm a financial advisor, you know, but that's cool because she challenges me, and having people that challenge you is so important in life.
Exactly.
And I think too, we make it more difficult for ourselves, and just from a cultural background, I think African American, Latino communities haven't had access to the information that we have today generationally. I think a lot of the wealth in this country is in the upper class, and there's nothing wrong with that. That's where the world is. Mm-hmm. I'm not going to look backwards and say the things that people behind and that came before us could have done better. I look at, where am I today? Where are you today? Where do you want to go? You know, and when you sit down with someone, or when you sit down with a friend or an advisor or just someone you trust, whether that be your pastor, your rabbi, I don't care what religion you are. Sit down with someone and say, listen, this is what I want to do. This is what I want to accomplish. And then have someone sit there and challenge you and say, okay, are you ready for the work? Are you ready for the effort that's going to take to get where you want to go? Because George, I know where he wants to go. This guy's got big dreams, and he wouldn't put this thing on or this show on if he didn't want to help people. But he'll tell you himself, it's not easy doing the things that he does. Life isn't easy. You make little fun tidbits. You go out and you have fun with your friends. You go to dinner, but at some point in time, I know that he doesn't want to have to work anymore. He wants to be able to sit back and have his money take care of itself and work for itself. And I know as a goal for myself, I know what day I want it by too. I know how old I want to be when I don't want to work. I know how much money I want to have by a certain time. Mm-hmm. And I might not get there, but the old adage says, shoot for the stars, and you fall, you land in the sky somewhere.
Exactly. You know? Exactly. Mm-hmm. With that being said, we're going to go to another commercial break. We'll be right back. Remember, hey, you guys place your comments in here, ask some questions. I'll come back and I'll answer them a bit later. And like and share. We'll be right back.
What up, world? It's your boy, George Anthony, aka Big G Anthony. Listen, I am so excited. Today is the launch of my book, The Bulletproof Mindset, Strategies for Developing a Resilient Mind. That's right, I'm an author, dog. Listen, you guys want to know the 4-step process, how I changed my rap to change my situation? Pre-order my book today. Go to bulletproof.bigganthony.com, bulletproof.bigganthony.com, and listen, don't forget to follow me on Instagram at Big G Anthony the Third. That's Big G Anthony the Third, and on Facebook at Big G Anthony. You have to change your mindset to change your situation. And guys, remember, Massive Action Mindset is on UGT TV Network 5 every Wednesday at 7 p.m. You guys come out and watch me so you can change your situation. Until then, peace. What up, world? It's your boy, Big G Anthony, and I want to take this opportunity to show you how I can assist you in taking massive action with your goals, dreams, and aspirations. As a pilot, we have a flight plan that we must follow. What this gives us the opportunity to do is plan out our destination, our fuel, what altitude we're going to fly. How this applies to your life is that you're setting your goals and the point to where you want to get to. The flight plan allows you for initial investment of $49.99 to have a 30-minute consultation with me, a personal affirmation worksheet, and an introduction coaching video. The next step is the takeoff. Once you have your goals, dreams, and aspirations set, you know where you're going, you have to take massive action to get yourself off the runway. A plane cannot just go half throttle and gain altitude. You have to push that throttle fully forward. This gives you initial investment of $249.99, which gives you a 30-minute consultation with me, a personal affirmation worksheet, 4 coaching videos, and a massive action mindset 90-day planner so you can set your goals down on paper and hold yourself accountable. Finally, we have the aerial. As a pilot, once I get to the altitude, I have to make micro adjustments to make sure that I stay on course. I have to adjust for the wind. I have to monitor my fuel. I have to monitor the temperatures of my engine. And how you apply that in life when it comes to your goals and the directions that you're going to have those obstacles that come up that may knock you off path. But you have to make those micro adjustments so you make sure you stay on your destination. This is an initial investment of $499.99. What you get is an hour personal consultation with me, personal affirmation worksheet, 8 coaching videos, and again, your massive action mindset 90-day planner. But wait, those that are watching my show tonight, I'm giving you a special offer. You will be able to get the takeoff, which originally is $249.99 for a $199 investment. Again, let me remind you what you get: a 30-minute personal consultation, 4 coaching videos, personal affirmation worksheet, and a massive action mindset 90-day planner. But I'm also going to give you something else. Those that go to my website tonight and purchase that $199 takeoff will get your free daily affirmation calendar. I look forward to seeing you guys on the other side. Continue to watch my show every Wednesday night at 7 p.m. and follow me on Facebook at BigganthonyIII and on Instagram at BigganthonyIII. Remember, you got to change your mindset to change your situation. I see you on the other side.
What up, world? Hey, welcome back to Massive Action Mindset. I'm sitting here with my boy Brandon, and we're talking and schooling you guys about financial literacy. Remember, like and share, and remember, we're here every Wednesday at 7 p.m. All right, what we're going to do now, I'm going to let Brandon tell you more about his business, what he does, and how he can provide services for you, your family, and how you can reach out and contact him. Go ahead, man.
Okay, well, I'll start with this. My name again is Brandon Murray. I'm a financial advisor at Merrill Lynch. Merrill Lynch is a Bank of America company. I'm not a banker. So if you ask me for your credit card stuff, I'm not going to help you. I'm going to point you in the direction, but I'm not going to help you. What we do is we do financial planning for families, business owners, and businesses, whether that be accumulating wealth, whether that be preservation of what you already have, whether that be generating income generation, or multi-generational wealth transfer. We have a fiduciary background with the company, and our goals are to be an investment advisor and a financial advisor. I'm not necessarily a broker. We do trade, but we do trade on a platform where you don't have to necessarily pay per trade. You pay for the whole overall service. The service comes in. We also have trust services that are part of our umbrella. And that comes with, okay, I have this, I have these businesses, I have these properties, and I want to pass on wealth to the next generation in the most tax efficient way to do that. What a lot of people don't understand in the state of Florida, if you pass away and you don't have a will and trust, you go into what's called probate, and the state of Florida is going to determine how things are going to be transferred to the next generation, and we try to avoid that as much as humanly possible. From our advisory platform, we look at everything from your homeowner's insurance, your house and how much it's worth, the equity you have in it, any kind of retirement vehicles you have, any investment vehicles you have, any current checking and savings, life insurance, pretty much anything financial that comes in with you as a person or your business, we handle. And we've worked with people, like I said, my account minimums are $100,000, and we work with people up to exponential. If you want to give me $100 million, listen, I'm all for it. Just bring it on in to tell me where to sign, and I'll make sure it happens. We have clients that are professional athletes. We have clients that are mom and pop shops. We have regular old Joe Schmoes clients. And I love that avenue because I go into conversations with a blank slate with everybody I meet. Everyone's new, everyone is their own entity, there's no cookie cutter plan. Everyone gets the same level of service. And George has met some of our team. We have an 8-person team. There's a few of us that are out there meeting people. There's the investment planners that are in the background. We have point of contacts with our client associates, and then we have a tech specialist on our team that does all of the apps, all of the planning processes. So that structure, I think, lends to a very conducive environment for people to feel comfortable when you have 8 people that are watching behind your back with one service or one fee. And I generally love what we do. I think what we do helps people. I think if you're open to conversation and you're open to looking at where you are and where you want to go, I think this is the industry that you should be talking to someone to. I'm not a salesman. I don't sell. George has talked to me multiple times. I don't go into conversations with products because I don't find that that's the best way to help people by having one box fit every person. Everybody's different. Everyone's background's different, and everyone where they want to go is different.
And I want to just interject this. He's absolutely right. When I met Brandon, I met him at one of the Chamber of Commerce meetings that we hit it off, exchanged cards, and we went and sat down. There's not a time that we've actually met that, he started throwing, his product or service. We had a conversation. Every time we had a conversation. Hey, and that's one thing I can say that is one of the reasons why, you build that relationship, you build that rapport, you build that ability for someone to trust you before they sit down with you and say, hey, you know what, this is, what I have financially, or this is what I want to talk to you about. And that whole process, that we go through, what that we went through is another reason why I'm all right, you know what? Yeah, let's go do this.
Let's do it, right? Yeah.
And it's few and far in between that you actually meet someone, in my opinion, right now that's genuine, not just love what he does, but just a genuine person, and it's coming from the heart when it comes to actually wanting to help and guide you in a way that is financially best for you, and imparting that knowledge on you as well to help you grow not only as an individual but financially as well. So I want to sit here and just put that out there to let everyone know that this whole relationship, this is just not something that is I just called this guy in and just sitting here talking. No, this is something that's since July June or July of this year. June, July of this year, that's just been steadily building. And now that I have this opportunity, I have this platform to put it out there. As I said, this isn't about me. I want to provide value to everybody that's out here watching this. And this is my way of providing value, bringing people on here that can actually help you, that can actually put you in a place that can help better you. That's if you want to do this, though. That's the dilemma that we're dealing with. That's if you want to move. But we're bringing people on here that will be able to allow you to do that if that's where you want to go. So again, I just want to sit there and say that to you, man. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Well, thank you, man. Thank you for inviting me. Thank you for letting me come and share with the people that are watching what I do and who I am. Like I said, I'm just a regular guy. I'm a hospitality-based person. I love people. I love meeting new people. I like hearing their stories. My wife will tell you I can talk to anybody. I'll sit there at a bar when we're at dinner and strike up a conversation with the guy that's wearing khakis and has a hippie hairdo, because I don't care. I really love people. I like hearing their stories. I find that the way the world moves forward is through connectivity, helping people. And if you get me outside of this suit and tie, I'll whoop your butt in some basketball or some bowling. I'm a competitive guy too. But what we do is, in my opinion, I think it's one of the best services that you can provide for people if people are willing to listen.
Yeah.
I've had conversations where people, when I tell them I'm a financial advisor, they are automatically taken aback. And I say, listen, man, I'm not a salesman. I'm not here to sell you an insurance product, because that's what a lot of people think what we do is. I want to be a member of your family at the end of the day. I want you to trust me. And trust isn't built overnight. And trust isn't built with product. Trust is built with continual conversation. Trust is built with providing value. And I think the best way to do that is to get to know people. I can't know how to help someone if I don't know that person. If I don't know you and what makes you tick and who you are and where you want to go, then what's the point of the conversation? Because we're not going to hit your goals if I don't know who you are. I love people, and I think this job, if I were to do anything else, it would probably be something in hospitality, because that's who I am. I'm a numbers guy in itself too. I like looking at spreadsheets and formulas and financial plans, but the soul of me comes with hospitality, and I hope to raise my kids that way, to just be good people.
All right. But let them know where they can reach you at. Give me your...
Guys, my name's Brandon Murray again with Merrill Lynch. You can reach me at 561-276-1697. My email is brandon.murray, MURRAY @ml.com. And I will be providing George with a link to my personal Merrill Lynch bio if anyone wants to reach out to me and see who I am and see what we do. A lot of the information is on the webpage. And thank you guys so much for listening. If you're still tuning in, I love you. God bless you. Have a great day.
All righty, we'll be right back. Going to a commercial. When we come back, we're going to go to the hangar, and Brandon's going to give you three actionable steps that you can start tonight to start building your financial literacy towards your future. We'll be right back.
What up, world? It's your boy, George Anthony, aka Big G Anthony. Listen, I am so excited. Today is the launch of my book, The Bulletproof Mindset, Strategies for Developing a Resilient Mind. That's right, I'm an author, dog. Listen, you guys want to know the 4-step process, how I changed my rap to change my situation? Pre-order my book today. Go to bulletproof.bigganthony.com, bulletproof.bigganthony.com, and listen, don't forget to follow me on Instagram at Big G Anthony the Third. That's Big G Anthony the Third, and on Facebook at Big G Anthony. You have to change your mindset to change your situation. And guys, remember, Massive Action Mindset is on UGT TV Network 5 every Wednesday at 7 p.m. You guys come out and watch me so you can change your situation. Until then, peace.
What up, world? Hey, welcome back to Massive Action Mindset. Remember to like and share, and we'll be back every Wednesday on Millennial Marketing Network. All right? Now, we're in the hangar. Every week, what I attempt to do is give you guys 3 actionable steps that you can take to start down the path of where you want to go, whether that's your dreams, desires, goals. But today we're talking about finance, your finances, your money. So Brandon is going to give you 3 steps, 3 things that you can start doing this week to start taking better care, putting money away, and taking action on your financial literacy.
Sweet. Well, guys, to us millennials, I'm one of you guys. I would say step number 1, make a budget. We're all on the tech now. We got the phones, the iPhones, the Androids. You got apps like Mint. I know Bank of America, part of our banking app, is a budget section too, built into the app. I know Chase has one. So if you have a bank account anywhere, you can link those to that app Mint, or there's a few other ones out there that I don't know, but I know people that use them. Make a budget, because that, if you don't have it on paper, you can't improve. What you don't track, you won't improve. Number 2, save your money. Make a step like every paycheck, I'm going to put 5-10% away. If you can do that, you're going to be set up so much better 5 years from now, 10 years from now than everybody else. Step number 3, if you're over age 18, I think you can even do it under 18 now, open up an IRA, please, for me. You'll be surprised at how much money you save by having that just come out of your paycheck before you see it. And if you're at work or you're at a big corporation, do the 401k plan, because they give you free money. So my company matches up to 5% of what I put in. So listen, that's free money I get from the company every month just to have my money sit there. So those are my 3 steps: budget, save your money, open up some kind of retirement account, and make it fun for yourself, guys. Yeah, if it ain't fun, you're not gonna do it. Because I have my fun. Make it fun. Challenge yourself. If you don't set goals, there's no point.
Nobody will. Mm-hmm. So you know what? You said IRA. Again, just for the layperson, can you just explain a little bit what an IRA is?
Okay, it's an individual retirement account. What it is, you can put money either. There's 2 types actually. First of all, there's a Roth and there's a traditional. To qualify for the Roth, your income has to be below a certain level. But if you're making less than $100,000, you should be fine. The difference between the 2 types is whether you're putting before tax or after tax money in. Okay. So with the traditional, you're putting before tax money in, and it grows tax deferred. You only pay taxes when you take distributions at the end.
Okay.
With the Roth, you're putting money in after tax, so that money grows tax free. It just depends on what's easiest for you. We can explain and have a more detailed and in-depth conversation about those later. But if you know someone that works in this industry or that knows the intricacies of a Roth IRA versus a traditional IRA, ask them those questions. And you can even do that with your 401ks too. You can do a Roth 401k versus a traditional 401k if you qualify.
Okay.
And there's limits to how much you can put in each year. With the Roth IRA, I think it's $6,000 a year that you put in.
All right. Well, you know what? Since we're coming to the end of the show, I appreciate those 3 actionable steps. Let them know again where they can reach you at.
Hey, listen, guys. Brandon Murray, Merrill Lynch. You can reach me at 561-276-1697. My email is Brandon, BRANDON.Murray, MURRAY@ml.com. And if you're trying to find me real quick, you can probably hit me on my cell phone, 561-628-4893. If I don't answer, leave a voicemail because I don't answer numbers I don't know.
All right, guys. Hey, listen. Again, this is your boy, Big G Anthony, George Anthony. You guys can reach me at www.bigganthony.com, www.bigganthony.com. And those of you that are thought leaders, that are speakers, that are coaches, or just want to get your message out, go to my website. There's a link that says Massive Action Mindset. Answer the questionnaire, and somebody will reach out to you, interview you, and see if you're the right fit for the show. Again, we're looking for people that's going to provide value. We're looking for people that's going to be able to come here, pass a message out, and drop nuggets to help individuals take action on their dreams, goals, and aspirations. That's what we're here to do. We're here for you. All right? And don't remember, we'll be here every Wednesday, 7 p.m. on the new Millennium Mogul Network. Wednesday, 7 p.m. on the new Millennium Mogul Network. We'll see you guys next week. Peace.
What up, world? It's your boy, Big G Anthony, and I want to take this opportunity to show you how I can assist you in taking massive action with your goals, dreams, and aspirations. As a pilot, we have a flight plan that we must follow. What this gives us the opportunity to do is plan out our destination, our fuel, what altitude we're going to fly. How this applies to your life is that you're setting your goals and the point to where you want to get to. The flight plan allows you for initial investment of $49.99 to have a 30-minute consultation with me, a personal affirmation worksheet, and an introduction coaching video. The next step is the takeoff. Once you have your goals, dreams, and aspirations set, you know where you're going, you have to take massive action to get yourself off the runway. A plane cannot just go half throttle and gain altitude. You have to push that throttle fully forward. This gives you an initial investment of $249.99, which gives you a 30-minute consultation with me, a personal affirmation worksheet, 4 coaching videos, and a massive action mindset 90-day planner so you can set your goals down on paper and hold yourself accountable. Finally, we have the aerial. As a pilot, once I get to the altitude, I have to make micro adjustments to make sure that I stay on course. I have to adjust for the wind. I have to monitor my fuel. I have to monitor the temperatures of my engine. And how you apply that in life when it comes to your goals and the directions that you're going to have those obstacles that come up that may knock you off path. But you have to make those micro adjustments so you make sure you stay on your destination. This is an initial investment of $499.99. What you get is an hour personal consultation with me, personal affirmation worksheet, 8 coaching videos, and again, your massive action mindset 90-day planner. But wait, those that are watching my show tonight, I'm giving you a special offer. You will be able to get the takeoff, which originally is $249.99 for a $199 investment. Again, let me remind you what you get: a 30-minute personal consultation, 4 coaching videos, personal affirmation worksheet, and a massive action mindset 90-day planner. But I'm also going to give you something else. Those that go to my website tonight and purchase at $199, takeoff will get your free daily affirmation calendar. I look forward to seeing you guys on the other side. Continue to watch my show every Wednesday night at 7 p.m. and follow me on Facebook at BigganthonyIII and on Instagram at BigganthonyIII. Remember, you got to change your mindset to change your situation. I see you on the other side. What up, world? It's your boy, George Anthony, aka Big G Anthony. Listen, I am so excited. Today is the launch of my book, The Bulletproof Mindset: Strategies for Developing a Resilient Mind. That's right, I'm an author, dog. Listen, you guys want to know the 4-step process, how I changed my rap to change my situation? Pre-order my book today. Go to bulletproof.bigganthony.com, bulletproof.bigganthony.com, and listen, don't forget to follow me on Instagram at BigganthonyIII. That's BigganthonyIII, and on Facebook at Big G Anthony. You have to change your mindset to change your situation. And guys, remember, Massive Action Mindset is on UGT TV Network 5 every Wednesday at 7 p.m. You guys come out and watch me so you can change your situation. Until then, peace.